Sex can just be lying in bed naked together and touching and kissing or smelling or petting or I don't know. The list can go on. But all right, Ollie's gotta get cozy. Oh, I know you guys some of you find it annoying when I flip my hair, but that's just me. I like to flip my hair. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Allie here. All right. Today, friends, I wanted to talk to you guys about probably something that most of you go through. That I go through too. And that's the difference between sex and intimacy. All right. So just keep in mind, I am not a professional. This is a purely, friend to friend, real life story sharing experiences kind of thing. So, anything I say, if you get something from it, if you relate to it, great. If you hate it, that's okay too, or disagree or whatever. I'm sure a lot of you go through this. I think it's a very normal thing. If you Google it, most statistics, studies, etc. tell you that these are all very normal, relatable things to go through. But I guess I am here sharing this video to reassure or reaffirm that yes, these things are real and they happen and it's normal and it's okay. So, as you all know, or maybe don't know, I don't know, I have been with my partner, Gab, now for almost 4 years, which is pretty crazy, and we still laugh, we still have fun, we still play. Anyways, I'm very happy. And, when we first started dating, sex was incredible. We were having sex, I don't even know, twice a day, every day. And honestly, that lasted quite a while, maybe more. I don't know what the average is for couples, sex to start declining. But I'd say for us, it lasted quite a while, And just like any other normal couple, I would think so anyways, sex slowly or rapidly, depending, starts declining after, X amount of time, And so obviously we don't have sex as much as we used to, just, I don't know, for whatever reasons, time, familiarity, personal life stuff, whatever factors, come into play there. There are many, many, many reasons, And, I remember, I think last year I made a video about morning sex. Now I love morning sex. And although I still enjoy morning sex, I've definitely become like an afternoon sex kind of gal, because I need my sleep. I feel like I need more sleep than I used to. I don't know if it's age or what, but yes. So I definitely need to sleep more in the mornings, and at night it is also like it's sleepy time. So sex has definitely become more of an afternoon vibe for us, which I'm not complaining about. Afternoon spontaneous sex is actually quite nice. But anyways, that being said, I have definitely caught myself a couple times being like, oh my God, it's been a week since we've had sex. OMG, it's been, I don't know, X amount of time since he went down on me or I went down on him or whatever. And sort of like keeping tabs. And I'm like, whoa, like relax, take a step back, chill out, okay? And, I'm sure people in the comments are gonna write stuff like, oh, be prepared, this is the beginning of the end, or something like, you guys have exhausted yourselves by having threesomes and stuff, and now you're not interested in sex or normal sex anymore, and yada yada, and all this stuff. Okay, so anyways, I will save you the time. Like, don't even bother writing comments like that, or you can. It's a free world. But anyways, no, I don't agree with those statements at all. As research shows, and just life in general, like this happens, But this is where the intimacy part comes in, okay? The difference between sex and the difference between intimacy. Whenever I tell Gab something along the lines of, oh, babe, it's been almost a week since we've had sex, he looks at me and he says, whatever, we do other things, sex isn't just penetration or whatever. And I always appreciate his answer because he always goes back to this book that I made him read when we first started dating, which was The Ethical Slut. And in that book, they define sex as, I don't have the book with me right now, but I'm going to try my best to say the exact quote. It was something along the lines of, sex is what both parties, or whatever parties involved in, agree what sex is. All right. So basically what they're saying is sex doesn't mean, penetration. Sex doesn't have to mean oral sex or whatever. It can be anything. Sex can just be lying in bed naked together and touching and kissing or smelling or petting, or I don't know. The list can go on, but basically sex can be anything, And I think what they also mean by that is intimacy, right? Because at one point in time, I feel like in a relationship, intimacy sort of starts taking over the sex. And when I say sex, I'm talking about, I don't even know, like oral sex, penetration sex, like doggy style sex, rough sex, like that kind of stuff. And intimacy is more like, at least for me anyways, again, I'm just speaking from my personal experiences, is, lying in bed naked together and laughing together and kissing and smelling and touching and playing together and being sweet with one another. And I love those moments so much. They are almost more pleasurable, more fun, more satisfactory than, an orgasm with penetrative sex or whatnot. I mean, don't get me wrong, that is also still wonderful. But at this day and age, I would much rather have healthy intimacy than healthy sex. I mean, obviously a balance of both is necessary, right? And I think personally for me anyways, I don't know about you, but I have a good balance in my relationship when it comes to that. But yeah, FYI guys, sex doesn't always mean intimacy either, because you could have sex with someone and it be zero intimate at all, meaning zero connection on a mental level, on an emotional level, on a physical level, and it's just kind of shitty, I mean, don't get me wrong, but sometimes, or not sometimes, most of the time, I'd rather have some kind of fun, nice, intimate, sweet moment, like sitting on a couch with someone, watching a movie and sharing a moment together, than having really bad sex, right? Do you agree? Do you not agree? And again, I'm coming at you here from a totally non-professional perspective. Again, folks, I am not a sex therapist or a sex educator, anything like that. This is purely friend to friend, real life sharing experience, to basically, I think I said this at the beginning, reaffirm and reassure that, this is real life and it's normal. Yeah, and to remind you that you can be, totally in love with someone and happy with someone and cherish and enjoy your lives together and your adventures together and your playfulness together, and sex not be the predominant thing in your relationship. I had a friend of mine who was with someone from a very young age, and they were together for a very long time. Well, there were a few years that, weren't going so well, and they were on a rocky patch, and one of the things that they were dealing with was that there was no sexual chemistry and they weren't having sex at all. And, the woman in the relationship was very frustrated because she wanted to have sex, she had a high sex drive, she wanted to experiment, she wanted to have fun, she wanted to be intimate with her partner and just be like pounded, and he wasn't really into that or down for that or initiated it or anything like that. And she really, really just wanted to have sex with her partner. She wanted a partner that she could lust after, that she could be, sexually attracted to and sexually attracted for, and be desired and be loved and be handheld and thrown around and all that kind of stuff, right? And so, their relationship unfortunately came to an end, and that's what she was on the hunt for. She wanted sex. She wanted a partner that she could just have sex with all the time. And I remember at that point, I had been in a relationship for 10 years and I was very much in love. It was my first love and our sex life was okay. You know, like we had sex, it was okay, but I didn't really know any better. I didn't really know myself that much because we were together from a young age as well. But you know, I didn't really have any complaints. All I knew was that I was in love with this man. I enjoyed the sex we had. It was decent. Again, didn't know any better. But that I could be in love with someone and happy and not have sex all the time, or not have what some people think is this fantasy, like sex 24/7 and lusting after each other and this and that, and you know, and that was kind of reality. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you're not having sex in your relationship and it's causing contention, you know, because this happens every day as well, where people deal with real life, you know, sex issues, sexual inadequacies, sexual shame, sexual trauma, you know, which can really prevent people from connecting and forming a bond and feeling really incredible pleasure. I mean, if those issues are there, definitely, you know, confront them somehow, go to therapy, I don't know, seek out help in some way for sure. So I'm not saying like don't address these sexual issues, and if you're not having sex and if you're not happy, then obviously, you know, you got to do something about it. But I'm also here just reassuring you guys, like if you have thoughts like that sometimes as well, like I do, like, oh, you know, we haven't had sex in a week and we should have more sex. It's like, let's just take the pressure off, you know? You're happy, you're both healthy, you laugh together, you play together, you love each other, you're sweet together. I think that is definitely worth taking a moment to appreciate. And, you know, like the sex stuff will come. Like, yes, maybe sometimes you have to make a little bit more of an effort, just like now. We need to, you know, sort of semi-plan these spontaneous sexual afternoon moments. And, you know, like we obviously plan some sexual fun with other people sometimes too, which keep things kind of fun and spicy. And, you know, we still learn about each other and we learn about other people and so on. But yeah, you know, that's it, friends. That's it. And that's what, you know, vibrators and toys and stuff are for. And, you know, masturbating next to each other because, you know, sometimes it's just like, you just want to get off quickly. And if you could do that laying side by side together and then have like a nice cuddle after, then so be it. Anyways, that's, yeah, that's my 2 cents today. So please, if you relate, if you've had, you know, similar experiences or dissimilar experiences, you know, give them a share, because again, this video is really meant to sort of just reassure and to let you guys know this is what's happening in, you know, real life couples. And yeah, I don't know what else to say really. That's kind of it. So that being said, again, I'm always so terrible at these effing goodbyes. All right. I'll say the usual stuff. If you're new here, welcome, please subscribe. If you're old here, thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for subscribing, liking, sharing, all that stuff. And that's it, folks. All right, the next couple videos you see me in, I will be back in Thailand. So stay tuned for all that. And thank you so much. Je vous aime tous.